Hello Wildflowers, and welcome back to The Rambling Rose. This episode is a little different as the season is calling for a slower, more introspective pace. We're supposed to be in the height of spring here in Australia, our skin being kissed each day by the warmth of the sun and the bright fire being ignited as the wheel turns towards summer. But unbelievably, it has been snowing and raining non-stop, and this little rose needs full sun to blossom. And so this Beltane, I'll celebrate by treating myself to the most romantic and relaxing day ever, embodying both the god and the goddess, and spoiling myself as I would a lover. I'll start with a long, lazy morning, baking a scrumptious breakfast in bed, lots of cuddles with my beloved furry companion, and an indulgent herbal bathing ritual in my outdoor tub. I'll paint just a single page for my new book, Wild Faerie Magick, and light a Beltane fire in my moon garden to burn away any stagnant energy and invoke the bright new beginnings of the season ahead. So, sit back, relax, and join me for the most romantic spring day ever. Ooh, but don't forget to like and subscribe before you get in your jammies. If you've been following this channel for some time, you might have noticed what a hopeless romantic I am, and I couldn't think of anything more perfect than luscious, sweet strawberry rolls with cream cheese frosting. I will share this recipe as a printable page for my beloved wild roses over on Patreon. It is really delicious and super indulgent. Strawberries are, of course, an aphrodisiac, named so after the goddess Aphrodite, goddess of beauty, fertility, and sensuality, who I'll be invoking in all of my rituals throughout this day. As a Taurus sun, Pisces moon, and Libra rising, it is no surprise that Aphrodite is one of my favourite goddesses, and I work with her often in my spell work. According to mythology, when Aphrodite rushed to the side of her dying lover, her tears mingled with his blood, and wherever this tincture of her tragic heartbreak fell to earth, strawberries grew. You may have noticed that the exact KitchenAid mixer that I asked the fairies for in my Ostara episode has magically appeared. I have no doubt that the fairy spell jar I created in the last episode brought this dream to life. Now, the rolls may look a little wobbly at this stage, but once they're baked and iced, they'll look fantastic. While they're in the oven, I'll clean the kitchen, and in true self-love style, I'll have a little disco in my PJs to my favourite song. How amazing does this look? Lost again, going back around. Yum! Dreaming of a time when I get things right. Lost in the shadows of a million stars. Shouldn't they enlighten my near and far? Shouldn't they at all just tell me where you are? Is this slice big enough? Send a prayer if I'm out of luck. Send a little love and I'll make it back. Send me a letter and a bottle of wine, telling me I will be fine. Baby, I'm stuck with a halfway heart. Slip away if I come too far. Pick me up when I'm in pieces. Oh, that halfway heart of mine is a rolling stone. Make me roll right home. My date for Beltane this year is my beautiful white wolf Noah, And since we're all in such a romantic mood, I thought I'd share the inspiration behind his name. Firstly, it reminds me of the rainbow that appeared after that fabled ocean of tears that threatened to drown the earth. Just like that rainbow, Noah appeared in my darkest hour, and I will always love him for that. Another reason I named him Noah was after that epic romance, The Notebook. Do you remember how the main character built his sweetheart the house of her dreams? A white house with blue shutters and a room overlooking the river so she could paint. I can't imagine anything more romantic than that. And you know, he's such a good boy. He never once tried to pinch my strawberry roll. Well, my darlings, I suppose I should tell you a little more about Beltane. On the wheel of the year, Beltane marks the midway point between the spring equinox and summer solstice. In the southern hemisphere, it's traditionally celebrated on the 1st of November and in the north, the 1st of May. The exact date this year, however, falls on the 7th, so there's still time to plan your witchy celebrations. Speaking of which, it's almost midday and I think it's about time I got dressed and went out to the garden to gather some herbs. But first, I need to hem up my lovely new dress. Being a rather short little cottage witch, I always need to hem up my dresses. But that's okay, because with the extra fabric, I'm going to make a herbal sleep pillow, perhaps in a future episode. So let me know in the comments if you'd like that. I fell in love with this fabric and felt it was perfect for Beltane, the festival of passion, pleasure, fertility and love. The word Beltane actually translates to bright fire, and in earth-based traditions represents the symbolic marriage of the god and goddess and their eternal embrace. So the charming roses and the watermelon red colour just seem so fitting. My intention for this film was to share some simple ways of showering yourself with loving kindness, and one of my very favourites is simply to sway, hand on heart, and see yourself, your own beauty and magical soul, through the eyes of someone who loves you unconditionally. With the endless winter, it has felt so much more like Samhain or Halloween than Beltane recently. There have been mushrooms growing in my garden, spooky stormy nights, cool winds, and there are still leafless trees. I've even felt the veil thinning and ancestors walking beside me. It's quite unnerving, and I fear that climate change is affecting the Earth's deep primordial rhythms, her heartbeat, and our ancient rituals by unbalancing the wheel of the year. Perhaps because the seasons seem so jumbled this year, I'm not at all feeling the customary energy boost of spring's peak. In fact, I've been feeling utterly exhausted, and so I'll turn to Aphrodite again to make a blissful herbal bath soak in her honour. I've gathered some lavender, calendula, white sage, blue cornflower, and of course, rose petals. And I better not forget to stack some logs for my Beltane fire. But it looks like someone wants a quick cuddle first. The night of Beltane is a fire festival, and the flames were considered to be so sacred that all other nearby flames would be doused to enhance their magical properties. It was also customary for couples to jump the fire to ask for blessings of abundant love and fertility. But knowing me, I'll probably set my dress on fire. So tonight, I'll keep it simple. Let's get started on our Aphrodite herbal bath soak. First we'll need some pink salts and Epsom salts mixed together in a bowl. I've chosen herbs that are well known for their relaxing, dreamy, romantic and beautifying properties, knowing I'll step out of this bath feeling like Aphrodite herself. Calendula is soothing and hydrating, and lavender is calming and comforting. Blue cornflower is known to stimulate collagen and enhance clairvoyant ability. Then there's white sage, which is healing, protective and relaxing. And finally, rose petals for a heavenly touch of romance and sensuality, and it's a wonderful skin tonic too. It's best to use dried herbs for this recipe, but because I plan to use most of it in this evening's bathing ritual and give the rest to my girlfriends as a gift, I'll use a few fresh ones, especially lavender, as the fragrance is so much stronger. When I built my tiny house, I was a little heartbroken to discover that there was no room for a bathtub. But I solved that problem fairly quickly, and I'm so glad I did, because bathing outdoors among my garden flowers under the moonlight is probably one of my very favourite witchy rituals, even if I do have to wear bathers so as not to offend my lovely neighbours. One day, of course, I'll live deep in the forest where I can be sky-clad whenever the mood takes me. So now, my loves, let's slip blissfully into this magical herbal bath and let all our worries drift away like dandelion seeds on the breeze. This romantic bathing ritual was a truly beautiful experience, and the herbs really worked their magic. I stepped out feeling like a goddess with the softest skin and in the dreamiest of moods. If you can't wait for the book to come out, you'll find the recipe for this bath soak over on Patreon. Speaking of the book, let's get started on it tomorrow morning, shall we? Until then, sweet dreams and a blessed Beltane. In many ways, I find painting is also an act of radical self-love. I find it incredibly relaxing to lose myself in a creative task, focused solely on birthing something beautiful into this world. It is indeed a special form of magic.
Where the creek don't rise, armor of a stone
Thank you so much for sharing this magical romantic day with me. It was my absolute pleasure to make you all breakfast in bed, enjoy some cuddles with Noah, bathe in flowers, and dream of a little white house with blue shutters built by our sweetheart. As always, I would love to hear from you in the comments, and of course, you can like and subscribe to this channel to show your support, or visit my website to purchase art, oracle cards, or gift wrap. Wishing you a blessed Beltane or a deliciously spooky Samhain, sending all my love until we meet again.